It is such a wonderful, such a big day, such a big day. It's your big day. It's such an amazing day today. It's such a super big, ultra big day today. Such a radiant, magnificent, blue sky, lovely day today. It is going out. Beautiful vibes. Oh my. Rainbows, radiant golden light, rainbow body activated, light body activated, tribe engage. We are feeling connected to the rainforest. We are feeling connected to the waterfall. We are feeling connected to space, the celestial heights, the cosmos. We are connected to the deepest aspects of Source. We are super, 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 super ecstatic, super, super, super happy, uber, uber radiant. We are twinkling, we are electromagnetic, sparkling. We are electro. We are full of that high voltage. We are so synced up with all the highest outcomes. We cannot even believe how exciting it is to be on the planet, the home world, HQ, Gaia. We are synced in, plugged in, radiating with the light, all the animals in sync with the synchronicities. We are alive and thriving. We are plussing up the radiance. This is the vibe guide. One on one. You on you. Yes, it is. This is the most wonderful day, the most wonderful thing that could ever happen. This is the most amazing wonderland. We are full of wanderlust. We are the masters of the universe. Greetings. It is so amazing, so happy. Such a great moment to align with all. In this moment as God, as the lion of love, it feels so good to feel so happy in the universe. Oh my, it is orgasmic. Are you feeling that energy? We are super bright on all the nodes. The chi flow is smooth, open, bright, strong, high voltage, golden, white, prismatic. We are kaleidoscoping with the high fortification of love. The etherdom is smiling. It is the most wonderful day, there ever was. It is the most wonderful day there ever has been. It's your big day. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We are the only, we are the most majestical beings, tribe, goddesses, gods, tribe. We are exploding from our sternum. We are happy. We are buzzing. We are full of what? We are full of magic of the most high and rare quality. This is the big day, for sure. Today we have an excellent transmission for you. This is that battleground level for the light workers, for the angelic beings, for those of you who are good vibes only, spreading love with your heart space, projecting the ambient, emanating the actual real organic, orgasmic life to those in the lower realms, the lower beings, the mugglies. It's muggly out there sometimes. Why? Because there's a lot of them around, the sheeplies. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're afoot. This is for you, going into the matrix, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, reclaiming the earth for those who it belongs to, those who will inherit the higher realms, who already have, for those who would take it all. We are the universe's most favored, most loved, most desired beings. We are connected by the lock. We have the most electromagnetic and psychic minds. This is your big day. We love you. Hashtag Mystery School blended right into the show. My goodness, we are good to go. We are going to get started with these uber delicious, these uber tasty transmissions. We have the highest classes for you. Today's transmission definitely accompanied by that delicious jasmine green tea. If you haven't enjoyed some jasmine green tea, check out the link below. Check out the link below so you can grab some of that or grab some locally. You gotta have your green tea. Jasmine is very special. She is so harmonious sexually. She just goes so great. So great with the masculine. The green tea, the antioxidants, the jasmine. She sings. Jasmine is definitely beautiful, definitely sexy. You gotta enjoy that. You can enjoy her hot or iced. It is very tasty. Low on the tannins. This stuff is amazing. We love you. Love breath on 3. Tribe. In 1, 2, 3. Yes. We are super ecstatic. Today I have a transmission. Today we have a transmission. Like we mentioned, that battleground level. Though you're not of the battleground, you may need this sort of skill when entering these actual unsavory, these unaligned vibrational pockets in the reality that you can encounter in the Matrix. It's actually a pretty interesting thing. You can actually get caught in a gore-tex of a thingy. It can get kind of weird. Today we're going to talk about the mastery of close proximity grit in the present moment. The mastery of close proximity grit. You are a star. Those of you in the highest vibrations, you know that your levels of attraction are the most phenomenal. You know that your magnetism majoritively attracts, if not all the time, all the things that you have ever desired. 1000% of the time, you are attracting the best things out of the universe. The best things out of Gaia. You are attracting the best in humanity. There may come a time when you are facing a being. It's always gonna be a being, a humanoid that you must actually address. Close proximity grit is the grit for the battle for the angel in you. When you are in the distance, when you are in the actual face of danger, what is close proximity grit? It is the stabilization, it is the activation and conscious use of your buffers in conflict, one-to-one, as you clash with the lower realms, as you clash with those of a lower vibration. You will need a will, you will need all of your energy. You will need all of your support from all the realms to be there, to remind you of who you really are, to seal your innocence away, to seal your higher nature within you, to seal it away, to have it protected so that you can remain the highest in the universe. It's for you to transition into the mode, the vibration necessary to destroy them, to destroy, to annihilate them, to balance the Libra energy. You are glittery glow. You are a majestical butterfly of light. You are not touchable. It is not permissible to harm those from the higher realm. You are welcome in all spaces, all levels of the galaxy, of the universe, of the cosmos. You are the highest, most important, most cherished beings. You are plussing up the radiance. We are indispensable. We are invaluable. When we are facing conflicts with another humanoid, conflicts that they have likely caused, every time, it's actually 100% of the time, we have to protect the big day. We have to protect our best day ever. We have to protect our vibration, and we have to be willing to take the steps to make sure that these lower beings actually get removed. The concept, the living mental construct that is the movement, the actual orgasmic dance, the actual removement of ourselves within what appears to be harm's way is only the fragmented aspects of this particular being's final projection, this lower being's loser qualities. It is not really something that we should have to address. We need close proximity grit because the geometry in the face of ill will of those who are retardant, those whose aura is corrupt by their own nature, those who are easily triggered, those who have lost, those who are corrupt, those who are losers, the deepest, darkest, lost souls ever, these losers, the sheeplies, the mugly. We have to protect ourselves from their challenges, from the projection of their lower mind, from the toxicity they are trying to spread, from the deliberate indifference that they enjoy. It's okay to destroy these beings. It's okay to confront these beings. It's okay to take them down. In my own past, I have helped people whistleblow as well as done it myself. I have removed family. I have placed people, these lower beings, where they belong. I have locked them away. And without these beings have crumbled and lost a lot in their life. It's okay for you to stand in this lower being or being's face and to reclaim the thing they only thought that they had. It's okay. It likely won't happen very often in your life, in your continuum. However, it might happen once or twice. It might happen a little more than that. It's okay if those from the lower realm can't see if they're blind. Light up the space. We will have to be the ones with the resolve. We are the ones. Change is the only constant in the universe. It's okay to change the realms to be more suitable. Here's one thing. Here are some things that you can notice to bring you back to yourself if you sense your alignment shifting when you are addressing the lower realm. The lower realm, they kind of want to try to throw you off, so they have tricks because they're thieves. So they're going to try to take advantage of you when they believe you don't have an advantage. Because they can only do this when they have an opportunity. If there is no opportunity, then they cannot do it. So when does someone have an opportunity? It's normally when you need something like permission. That's when a human's ego, the corrupt ego, can actually get in the way of the flow of positive energy. Intentionally. Deliberately. Only to harm you. They're not stopping something bad from happening. They are only trying to prevent what is right from occurring, and they have to be removed. If you have to report these beings, if you have to get legal help, it might feel like you are having to do more work than they are. It's okay. It won't look like that in the end. Yes, your chronos will be rewarded. Your vitality will surely increase. Definitely check out our happy high vibe transmission. We are going to put a link at the end of the transmission, and there should be one popping up at the top of the screen. We are plussing up the radiance. One of the number one things that you can do when you are addressing an actual folly, an actual glitch, an actual corrupt file in the matrix, a loser being, a low vibrational, toxic dwindler. Remind yourself of Gaia. remind yourself of Gaia. Look to the window. Look outside. Do it before the interaction. Get ready. One of the things that can easily throw off your vibration is a lack of awareness of the entire universe. When you are entering these spaces and you are addressing these lower beings, you're going to have to be attentive. You're going to have to document. You're going to have to record what is going on so that you can protect yourself. These beings are nasty, and you're going to have to be prepared for perhaps a particular amount of betrayal. When you report it, if it's a company, if it's a person, if it's family, you're going to need synchronicity. You're going to need those who are friendly with you to assist you. And you're going to have to remain in the stream, the slipstream of the universe, the fast path of blessings and miracles, the radiant love of the universe, the rainbow light. These beings are not really hard to deal with. They're just time-consuming, and they're actually just so unnecessary that it can drain your energy if you're not careful, because they truly are shaving your life. We must prevent all disrespect to the Chronos. These beings are definitely those who are murderers. These are the thieves of the realm. They wish to shave your life. They are trying to bleed you of time. Time that you could spend creating your higher reality, which is not only good for you, good for all in the universe. Your joy, your highest desires are important to all in the universe, not just you. All. You being happy makes everyone else happy. You achieving, you in attunement to your highest configuration is important to every being in the universe. It makes the universe a higher vibrational place than it already was. There is a better. There's always going to be a better. There's never not going to be a better. There is no limit in the universe. There is not a limit in the universe. Understand that these beings, they don't want you to know that. And if you are on the path that knows, then you've already witnessed it. They don't want you to know that. They want to pretend that there is a ceiling so that they can imagine themselves being there already. But there is always going to be a better, even for those that have it amazing already. Even for those that have it that great already. There's definitely always going to be a better. That's what makes the universe so exciting. Do you have to go to that next level? It's really up to you. It's perfectly fine to resonate at such a high place, and you can exist on that plane for as long as you'd like. It's nothing wrong with doing that. Every level is very desirable. There would never be an issue with it. You would never cry about it. You would never ever care about it because you'd already be so happy. Don't fall for the lower realms' actual idiocracy. They're that stupid. They have stupid ideas. They have ideas that prevent you from ascending higher and higher. It's about the depth of the universe that they don't understand. And they always want you to reveal something. And so they can get hurt. Because they can't come to the higher realms. Not that it's an issue, because Tribe already knows. It's not that it's hard to get in. All they have to do is be a vibrational match to love in the higher realms, but they can't do it today after they fucked it off. It's too late. They already fucked it off. It's in their energy. The node, the memory, is in their synaptic mind, pulling down their vibration, even in their subconscious. The fight in them. They're already locking themselves out because the universe measures their entire body. They can't get away from their body because even the astral body, even the light body, is connected to your physical body. All of these bodies are connected. They can't pull you down. They can't stop you because they're not a match to it. They can't harm you. It's the way that the universe protects you from everyone else. They can't actually harm you. But in the 3D, the dense dimensional reality you are experiencing right now, the one where our feet are out here on the floor, in the sand, on the trail, the one as we're enjoying it right now, though we are definitely connected to the other realms, and we can perceive them. You have to understand, you must separate yourself, remind yourself of Gaia, look to the window. This has helped me a bunch of times. Look to the sun. Look to Gaia, remember the abundance. When you walk into these spaces, when you're on the phone, when you're in a box with these people, their mind, it goes crazy because they believe they have you cornered. Why? Because the reality has fooled them. They're in some sort of illusion in their mind. They think that they can take advantage of you because they have a title. They think that they can take advantage of you because there's no one around. They think that they could take advantage of you because you're behind a phone. And so they're going to pretend that you are the person who is harming them. Why? Because you are going to someone, perhaps. It could happen. That might be trying to cast an illusion that they are protecting something else. It could happen in a lot of different ways. It probably won't happen that often in your life, but when it happens, it's probably going to be a big deal. It's probably going to be something. It's probably going to be something that is really sinister. It has a big effect on your life. It may have something to do with your work life. It may have something to do with an agreement that you made with someone. It may be a neighbor. It could be your family. It could be the person driving next to you on the road. Protect yourself. Don't get lost in the idea of life being terrible for protecting yourself. Understand your resources. Every city has a bar association. Be willing to call a lawyer to get some insights. Be willing to talk to some people to see what you can do. Make sure you're ready to defend yourself a little bit. Why? Because these people might have to get sued. You may have to actually take them down. That's why you have to document and record everything that they're doing, because someone has to bear witness to what they are doing. And they're scared of that. That's the reason that there's a law that when a company calls you, that they can record you, but you are not allowed to record them. Record them anyway. Record the call anyway. You're going to need to prove that these people are doing something to someone if you cannot pivot. If you cannot pivot away, you need to record what they're doing so that you have leverage. Record the call. Record the conversation. Record the bank, whoever it is. Screenshot the email, even if you have the email. If it's on your company computer, download the email, send it to your personal email. Do it as soon as you possibly can, because if things start falling apart because you are transitioning, as soon as you transition, they're going to start trying to take back their property. If something happens, like the company folds or something closes that you did not expect, they're not going to let you back in to get your files. Take your files with you. The things that you have, so that you have leverage. Document things as they are happening so that you can have the accurate time, the accurate day that they are happening. So that when you have to report it, that you are on top. When people make lies, if that's what's happening, you're going to need to document what actually happened so that you can protect yourself. Because when people lie, they're normally not very good at it. And the reason is because it's a lie. They weren't prepared to do something like that. Most of the time, they're not going to be prepared. You're never going to experience someone who's that prepared for it. Because they're just fucking around. And most of all, protect your energy. Remember, there's a world outside of that room. The real world, not the imaginary world that humans have built. It's imaginary, and they lose their mind, and it's because they have forgotten. They aren't aware of the connection to the divine, to the deity, to the real-life living technology that is Gaia, the higher realms. They are unaware of your actual level. Some can sense it. Some of them will pretend. Some of them will wear fake jewelry. Some of them have leased their car. It's a rented car. It's not about assessing others, it's about the way they're going to be assessing you. Even models that are famous wear fake jewelry. Even rich people wear fake things. Be careful. It may happen once or twice. You may run into a person who is pretending that their image is actually real. Ignoring the inner world. Be mindful of these beings. Don't be overly mindful of them. Only if they're active. If they're online negatively. If they're activated. And make sure you seek out new opportunities. Trust synchronicity. Trust synchronicity. Remember Gaia. Remember the sun. That is the number one tool energetically, which changes the outcome that you have at your disposal. You need to be reminded that the world they are living in isn't real. You need to be firm in that understanding, and that the world that they are living in, the way they are trying to overpower you, the way they are trying to pretend that they have leverage, it's not real. The pendulum will only swing back to knock them over. But it's that gap in the time that they really like playing with for some reason, even though they're going to lose. They don't really have enough plans, I guarantee you. So be careful. Protect yourself. Remember Gaia. She has a higher resonance. They're not tapped into it. Remember, look out of the window. You don't have to stand in front of someone. You don't have to stand in front of someone's clout. You don't have to. Remember the law of abundance. Remember that you have many opportunities, and you can treat them as such. You have to remember that you have many opportunities. They will sense that in your vibration. Have that in your mind. You have to understand there are many opportunities. You can't afford for your energy to get stuck and to be frozen when those in the lower realms project the ego of that which is lost in lower vibrational. The organic, actual ego, the longer you spend in the vibration, the more likely and guaranteed it is that they will crystallize. Once these beings crystallize in their mind, they're gone. They already have a life path. It's going to be duplicated again because they are becoming that person. The mind is a very interesting place because the mind can become solid and fixed because someone has lived in that identity for so long. Their body can become sick if they leave it, and it's because their identity is so strong, just like yours is, to the higher realms. You can't walk around with a knife and just stab someone, perhaps. You won't read a particular book, perhaps. You won't watch a particular movie. You may not wear a particular kind of garb. You may not eat a particular kind of food. You may not take a shower at a particular kind of temperature. You may like the light coming in a particular way. There may be particular colors that you won't wear. Why is that? It goes on and on and on. It's because of the person that you are becoming. And over time you will see it because your life is the best proof of it. Your life will show you what kind of changes you are willing to take and make, and what kind of changes you are not. Something will stick out and you won't be the other thing. Why? Because it's not you. These beings, they have crystallized, and it's okay to dispatch them. It's okay to get them out of the way. It's okay. It's definitely okay to remove these losers. You have to understand they are crystallizing. It's been going on since they were a kid. It's been going on since they were a kid. They have been becoming this person the entire time. They did not just magically appear. They've been crystallizing this personality. They've been waiting for an opportunity. They've been cultivated. They've even mastered a particular way about themselves for perception, the whole thing, the way that their mind is thinking. They have been becoming this. They have been in that energy flux for a while. They are in their own vortex. You have to understand these lower beings are crystallizing. There's a reason why people who are challenging, why these beings, these lower beings, there's a reason that sometimes they're relatable. And it's because in humanity, in this society, around the entire world, they can wear the things, they can sound like, they can pretend, they can try to be the people who look like the people who are accepted. Why? It's because, well, look at the Queen. Everyone has an opinion of the Queen. You may have heard rumors about the Queen. They might be true, actually. You might have facts about the Queen. But look how the Queen dressed. This is what I'm saying. They're not going to necessarily look like a bad person because they're going to be pretending. They're going to be cosplaying a better reality than the one they are actually creating for others. They are not harmonious within. They are actually enemies. They are actually of a lower vibrational quality. Look at something like the Wolf of Wall Street. Look at the guy who jumped off of the building in New York. I'm sure you've witnessed your own examples. It could be someone in your own family. They have stuff that helps them create the image. But it's not just an image, it's a vibe. They have stuff that helps them create the vibe that they are actually similar to you or similar to someone who's better than you in their mind. After all, look at the thing that you can wear that probably gives you the most authority on the planet at the moment. It depends on where you are. That would be the suit, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's the one. The suit denotes that someone has some sort of authority, and they don't. Because a suit is only an imaginary thing. A suit is actually taken from plants, and it's woven together, and it's someone cutting fabric and sewing it in a particular way. It's arranging the geometry of the fabric and dyes and so on and so forth. It's an imaginary idea. It's not reality. So what happens when someone's wearing garb like that? Well, people want to treat them like they have something done in their life. And some people want to ignore who they are on the inside because they're going, that's not the world that we're in. We're living in the world where that's not what people are paying attention to. That's erroneous. The energetic world and the three-dimensional dense reality world, they go together at the same time. It's one thing, seemingly two parts, but it's one thing. It's definitely one thing. A person has to have a great heart. They have to have a great soul. They have to have a great mind, a good mind, a compassionate mind, a loving mind, a happy mind, a ecstatically blissed out orgasmic mind. And they would try to lie. They would say, I don't have to be this person. I don't. That's what everyone wants to say when they're a loser. That's what every single loser wants to say when they don't have a life that they like, when they don't want to practice gratitude, when they don't want the skill set from the higher realms, when they don't want to actually understand what works. You cannot associate with them. You cannot fix them because that's their crutch too. That's also a tactical move. They want to see what you're doing so that they can judge you, so that they can pretend that they're lost, so that they can pretend like they don't know what it looks like, because they can't understand what it looks like. They're not tapping into the energy, because they don't know what energy is, because they're uneducated, they're unaffluent. They don't know that there's two different kinds of woo. The real woo, the actual real, actually existing, actually real, actually real. The universe will never get confused by reality. What's real? They do. Why? They pretend to not understand. Why? Because they're going to pretend like it doesn't do anything. But guess what they are going to do? They're going to pretend like their suit is real. They're going to pretend like their haircut and hair color is real. They're going to pretend like the paperwork is real. They're going to pretend like the hierarchy is real. They're going to pretend that the imaginary world that they're in is reality. Don't forget where Gaia is. Gaia is definitely the gross. You cannot look off of this planet without seeing the planet. That's how big Gaia is in relationship to you. And she is massive. Remember Gaia. Gaia is free. Gaia is abundant. There's nothing for you to pay for. There's nothing that they can give you. That's reality. Gaia is abundant. Don't get lost in the matrix thinking that they can actually give you something. They can't give you anything. They can't stop you. When you go outside, there are trees, there is air, there is light, there are the animals, the water, the oceans, the rivers, the mountains, the sand, the forest, and everything else. They cannot stop you. Close proximity grit. All that's required is understanding who you are when you are in close proximity to these beings, having to actually be very close to them while you are deliberating, while you are creating the next future. Why? Because some of these beings can only actually be dealt with in close proximity. The actual sequence will reveal to you what is necessary. It will be intuitive. You will understand that it is the option that must be used in that moment. I hope not, because it's actually a big, uncomfortable, not fun, waste of time thing to have to do. But if you have to do it, go ahead and do it. You're going to be okay. But make sure that you're reminded about these walls. Make sure you understand the construct. and what is not. Or you might become disillusioned. You do have all the power. You do have all the might. You do have all the energy. They can't harm you. But they can inconvenience you a lot. And they would do whatever they can. Why? I don't know. It's because they actually got caught in a vortex. They actually don't have a life that they enjoy. We don't know all of the lives that everyone has lived necessarily. Some people, even though they don't look like it, they have had a terrible life. They've been taught terrible lessons. It doesn't matter how much they have in their life. It doesn't matter how it looks materially. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of people who have had terrible lives in spite of having things that you think they would like. I've met these people. I know millionaires. I've had friends in millionaire families who are very unhappy that I've met along the way. People fight over money in their families. People have mean parents who are nasty. Understand, these people, you can't humanize them because they didn't humanize themselves. It's not your job to make them feel better. That's what they want you to do. It's a trap. They want you to try to treat them like they're a victim. They're not a victim. They're victimizers. You have to understand that. They would use any card they ever had to make it look like the energy's coming to them. That's all they want. They want the energy coming to them because they want the final move. You have to understand that. You can't feel sorry for them. You don't have to. Because they're already sorry. They're already losers. So what's the key here? It's understanding where you are in the universe. It's understanding that Gaia is right outside the window. If you can't see her, you might get confused. Why? If they even see you looking for it, I don't know what they're going to think. You don't have to make unscrupulous amounts of eye contact with them either. You don't have to make them think that you're an honest person. You don't have to make them think anything. Because they're only trying to find an angle. Because they're delusional. They want to believe that the interaction that you are having in time-space, out of all the space in the universe, is the most real. That there's an actual clash happening between these two bodies, and that they can dominate you, that they can sway you, that they can redirect your energy. But you already have every level because they don't have the energy. Love, joy, ecstatic bliss, orgasmic energy is the highest energy in the universe. It's already obvious. Check the biofeedback. What happens in these states? What happens in these states? Your blood vessels, they open up. Oxygen gets delivered to your body better. Your chi circulation increases. Your body starts to warm up. Your smile starts to go up. You see better. You hear more sound. Are you paying attention? Are you studying your essence? The real life bioessence. The real energy. We believe in you, but it's not just a belief, it's a vibration. Align with the higher energies. Remember Gaia. Remember the universe. Remember, the highest order in the universe is actually very real. It's actually that real. It's actually that real. You have to understand it. You have to understand the way the technology of the universe works. They cannot come. They've already fucked up. And that's another reason why they're upset. Because they're kind of like Sith already. A Sith kind of has to follow through, or they have to like lose or destroy themselves because they already put themselves on the board. Does that make sense? It's kind of a weird dichotomy. It's not something you actually really wanted, but they did that. They put themselves on the board and they said they have moves and stuff. It's really interesting, but they're just wasting your time. This is the Vibe Guide. One on one. You on you. We are the champions of the universe. It's your big day. We are plussing up the radiance. We love you. We are so glowy, ooey gooey, shiny, shimmering. We are happy. We are pure, innocent, stoked. We are not contaminable. We are unadulterated. We are the highest resonance. We out here floating on a cloud of gratitude. We love you. Mom, 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 mom.